Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rattlecan Guitar Restorations. I am James, and I got a message last night from a channel viewer over on the left coast somewhere who said, "How many guitars can you work on with all that space?" And of course, the resounding answer was, "I have no idea," because as you can tell from what we call the dirty side of the shop, we're not exactly set up to do that at the moment. I've still got projects going on for Mrs. Rattlecan's house. Her and my daughter have decided we are going to have an open house in 2 weeks, which means suddenly I have a lot of crap to do that I thought I was going to be able to just kind of, plink along and uh, and get those things checked off, an item here and an item there. But I can't. So we're making old knotty pine panels, and we're making window screen inserts and all kinds of just crazy stuff. So, but to answer the question, I decided to come in this morning and just kind of throw things together in what we call the clean side of the shop, which is, of course, on this side of the line, which at some point in future will have a wall standing right there. So what I did was I got the instruments that I had already moved in here and kind of placed them around to where I think they might go, so we can get a count for what could possibly happen to answer the question. Again, because I didn't know the answer because I hadn't even ever really gotten that far. So, in theory, we could have a set of sides bending over here on the guitar bender. At the same time, we could have an instrument getting braces glued up at the same time here on the go bar deck. At the same time, we could have an instrument body or neck, depending on the configuration, being worked on in the neck jig. So there's three. And then, well, let's go this way. Then we come over here into this indeterminate space at the moment. The plan is that we relocate that thermostat and that in between these windows becomes some sort of a finishing area, but as you can see, it's just a holding area right now. So then we come inside here, and I could have another instrument there. That's Adam's parlor guitar, which is currently, I want to say we're working on the wedge to get the neck angle going. Then if we come over here, then there's another workspace here. That, of course, is the Thompson Splendor Series visual aid. So that, first of all, we can teach you that we do not nail our fingerboards on, no matter how well-intentioned we are. And then you can also use it to show people how a truss rod works. Then you can turn over to this side for a third guitar on this bench. That, of course, is the Lazarus. Another reason I'm showing these out is because I get people asking questions about what's going on with them. Mostly they're just sitting around looking at me, making me feel horrible. And then we can go here onto the back, and that is what we plan on having as the setup area. And then in the old steel case furniture that we found in the basement, they had a bunch of these magnetic tool holders. So we're kind of playing around with the placement of those, and how we can better utilize those. There's a bench space here that you can do something with. I've gone ahead and I've installed this bench vise, and I want to say this is from the Columbian Vice Company in Cleveland, Ohio. And I came up with that because there's a part number on this part of the vise, and was able to use the power of the interwebs, and that's what I came up with on more than one occasion. So that's what we're going to go with. I don't know if that's going to be the final placement of that vise. There's another style. I'd like to come up with another style of a vise that could go here that we could use for like neck resets. But we'll see. So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess 8-ish. 8-ish. I guess that's a good number of what we could have going on at any one time. My hope going on in the shop today. My buddy Mike, my buddy Mike just stopped by, so I'm going to stop and see. He may be moving a little closer to us, which would be cool because we always like having friends over. So, anyways, I think the answer is 8-ish to how many guitars we can have going at one time. I'm James. This is Rattlecan Guitar Restorations. You guys have a great freaking weekend. Take it easy.